Welcome to the Conservative Viewpoint, where the truth always matters. I'm your host, Charlie, the Country Conservative. I am your trusted source for hard-hitting conservative news. Now sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Conservative Viewpoint. I'm your host, Charlie, the Country Conservative. And tonight, I'm diving headfirst into the heart of conservatism. So buckle up because we're about to dissect the news, challenge the status quo, and maybe ruffle a few feathers along the way. Whether you're a seasoned conservative or just dipping your toes into the red, white, and blue waters, this podcast is your trusted source for all things conservative. Now picture this. The sun sets over an amber fields, and the echoes of liberty resonate through the airwaves. Our podcast is a sanctuary for constitutional debates where we dissect policies, champion free markets, and uphold traditional values. We will explore the delicate balance between individual rights and collective responsibility, all while sipping a metaphorical tea with liberty herself. So, my fellow patriots, fasten your seatbelt. We're about to embark on a journey where conservatism meets intellectual rigor, seasoned with a dash of wit. So grab your favorite mug of liberty-infused coffee, hit that follow button, and let's get started. Hi, everyone. I hope you had a great Tuesday, a safe ride home. If you're tired, just sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Don't forget to let me know what you guys think of the topics that I'm going to go over tonight. And let's get your voices out there and let them be heard. Let the people know how frustrated you are with what's going on in D.C. and the corruption surrounding this nation. So with all that, we're going to get this party started. Let me sit here and get a few things set up here. Still sit there, and I got to get things arranged because I can't set everything up at once because some things have to be done after we go live. And that's the hardest part about all this, is setting everything up. All right, we're going to get things started off with Trump speaks. Now, you know what? No, I want to show you this clip. I just picked it up, and you guys might have saw it, you might not, but it's KJP when asked directly if Biden's going to take a cognitive test. You got to hear what she has to say. Listen to this.
His team, who has said, the medical team said it is not warranted in this case. We have put forward a thorough, transparent annual report on his health. So they have said that is not warranted. It is not necessary. Again, we understand. We're not taking away from what you all saw or what the American people saw. We understand. It was a bad night. It is not.
Are you kidding me? Their medical people said it's not warranted. But they understand what we saw. She didn't say it was, all she said was it was a bad night. Are you kidding me? A bad night is throwing up after too many drinks. That's a bad night. What he's had is a bad life. This has been going on way too long. It's not like it just happened or anything like that. This man has been going downhill for years, and it's been all caught on tape, on live TV. So don't sit there and say he had a bad night. The man was over medicated. That's why the sore voice. It finally wore off when he went out, and the next day, perfectly fine. But he had a cold, miracle 24-hour cold, according to them. But he doesn't need a cognitive test. Get the hell out of here. I know, John. I can't listen to her either. It's just tough. But I saw this and I had to get it because this is the pathetic excuse that they're using that he had a bad night. That is not a bad night. The man is demented. He's probably got the early onsets of Alzheimer's disease, probably Parkinson's disease. The man is shot out. He did have brain aneurysm years ago, so that is kind of expected. But this twit is going to sit there, and she's a bad liar at that, and she's going to sit there and try to excuse this as a bad night. Give me a break. All right, I just had to get that off my chest because she's a twit, and I cannot stand listening to her. So let's get into Trump, and this speaks about the Supreme Court ruling. It says that they should free all January 6 hostages. Trump was hailing Friday Supreme Court ruling in favor of January 6 against the obstruction of justice charges for a peaceful protest. And you wouldn't know that because the Democrats only show the people that they hired to destroy the Capitol and break stuff. And you never hear about them, but you hear about Republicans. But they didn't show exactly what happened, what really happened. They only showed the violent side. They didn't show the people that were there for Trump and how peaceful they were, just standing out there and not doing anything wrong. But I have this video about Trump talking about the verdict of the Supreme Court. I want you to take a look at this.
This happened a few hours ago. The Supreme Court ruled that Biden's Department of Justice has wrongly prosecuted hundreds of Americans for peacefully protesting on January 6th. Those people have been treated so badly, especially when you compare them with people that ripped apart and killed people in Portland and in Seattle and in other places. They have been treated so badly. So we're asking, based on the decision, they should immediately be released, immediately, the J6 hostages.
And I have definitely not heard of any of them being released. Hi, everybody, and Wimpkin. Glad you could join us today. Hi, Tammy, Pat, glad to see you. Billy Bob. Madeline, you got in here early. Okay, that's good. Nice to see you guys. But you all know as well as I do, the Democrats are going to fight this because they are the party of lawlessness. And that's why they are good for nothing, because they get their way and they throw a fit, like a hissy fit, like a little kid does, every time something doesn't go their way. Their time we turned that around on them. Now we're going to get into Trump with Jack Smith. Caught him red-handed in this shady move. Jack Smith finally admitted that the FBI brought in fake top-secret cover sheets. You guys probably already see this. Some of them were handwritten to the Trump Mar-a-Lago raid and just laid them on top of stuff just for the snapshots. I'm going to let you watch this video real quick of the very subject that they were talking about. The corruptness of the FBI is unbelievable. You've got to take a look at this.
Fact number one, when the FBI raided Mar-a-Lago, as it turns out, they came in with a whole bunch of, top secret classified, cover sheets, like armloads of these things, and started just slapping them promiscuously on any documents they could find. And the infamous 2A photo that was shown all over the world as evidence of what a careless person Trump was completely staged. They physically took a bunch of random documents, strew them across the rugs, and slapped those pictures on them. Right, those labels on them, took the picture, and then that was actually introduced as part of the evidence.
Now, that's exactly what they did. And the pictures that we saw made it look like that was all Trump stuff. And it was not. And why would you make them turn off cameras in Mar-a-Lago? What were they saying? It was to protect their agents. Get the heck. What are you talking about? They had to falsify everything that they've done. And this is, they've got all the proof. So why the hell is it taking so long for them to do anything about it? This is just another example of the DOJ's weaponization of the alphabet agencies. And now they need to disband them, start all over again, because you can't trust any one of them people that are running these agencies. Probably most of the guys that are in there. And Dan Bongino knows a lot of guys that are in there and said there's still a few of them in there that are still good guys. So I say fire them all. Build it back up from the ground up again. Period. And right, John, The Democrats seem to think the Supreme Court gave them the okay to assassinate President Trump. That's exactly what they're thinking, and then that's the thing going around here that everybody's thinking that's what's going to happen. But hell, when do they ever need permission for that? That CIA kind of does that on their own, don't you think? Lee, welcome. Knew that from the beginning. Oh yeah, most definitely. Glad to see you guys in here. Join us in chat, everyone. And I will get to your comments when I can get to them. So I'm by myself and Brendan's not here. He said his internet's out. So I want you guys to join me in chat. Let me know what you think of all these topics that we're going to go over. I believe that the raid in Mar-a-Lago was to look for incriminating evidence against the FBI and the Biden administration and the CIA. John, you are right. You know that they believe that Trump's got all this evidence. He's probably got evidence from Jeffrey Epstein, the Epstein Island, and all the crimes that these people have committed. The Democrats, everybody. They probably thought Trump had all this and they were going to use him on him, and that's why they did this. And they set him up totally with, for one, why didn't they use the Florida FBI? Why did they send D.C. FBI agents down to Florida? Why did they have Mar-a-Lago cameras shut off? Why were they not wearing body cameras? Why were they not videotaping all the evidence that they supposedly took from Trump's home? So these are just some of the things that I know of that they did not do. And we go, Lee. And so why were they doing this? And how the hell does anybody... Well, now that's why they're complaining about Judge Cannon, because she's following the law. And all this stuff will come out. But with a lot of this immunity stuff now, that's going to throw things a curveball in a lot of these. And it did on one, which I don't think I mentioned it tomorrow, but maybe in Friday's episode, that they postponed his sentencing in New York until September because of all this. And that fat ass Braggs, he agreed to it. So I think it should have been totally, and you notice how they get it right before the November election. He'll put July to September. But this is Trump's chance to get it in so he doesn't have to, or he has to get the information into the judge. But this judge, you know, is corrupt as hell, so it's not going to happen. When they raided Giuliani, he tried to give them a copy of Hunter's laptop. They didn't want it. Well, of course they didn't want it. They didn't want the truth to come out. But when they got it from Matt Gaetz in the House hearing. And he had a copy of the hard drive. Who knows how many copies are out there? And it's all proof. And they need to hang on to those things because it's just proof that they can use. That is a fact. And did you hear that, since you brought that up, John, that Rudy Giuliani got disbarred for saying that the 2020 election was rigged, was stolen? He denied the election, so they disbarred him. Are you kidding me? The assholes in New York disbarred the man for that. You can't even say you deny. What about all the other ones, like Hillary Clinton and all those dumbass Democrats denied the hell out of them? The 2016, 2020, they did it all. They've been denying it forever. Why isn't anything happening to those people? This pisses me off. But that's for another subject and another time. I'll bet they did, John. I'll bet everyone in Congress had a copy of it, because that would... Right, Pat. And Giuliani should have never been disbarred. That is uncalled for. Why the hell didn't they go after Judge Merchan and fat ass Braggs and disbar them? Or that Letitia James thing. Why didn't they disbar her but bring up false charges up against her? She politicized all this shit when she ran for office, and she ran on getting Trump. She should be disbarred for that. That's Miss Piggy Willis in Georgia. She needs to be disbarred. They all need to be disbarred because they're all part of this shit. You're exactly right, Pat. They already saw the Hunter laptop. We've all seen it. We've all got pictures of it and all over the place. And they've got enough proof to do stuff. Nothing's happening. And that's even more frustrating yet. Didn't they already have the laptop? Well, yeah, he called them. The laptop repair guy called the FBI to come and get it. So, and then that idiot Christopher Wray denied it. The head of the FBI said he doesn't know where the laptop is, but all of a sudden, it ended up in Hunter Biden's trial for his gun charge. Magically appeared. Wow, there it is. They found it. Yes, they did, Madeline. They all had it, and they were hiding it to try to protect this demented old fool and the Biden crime syndicate family. And yes, Lee, two-tier justice system in this country. Justice is supposed to be blind only when it comes to the Bidens. They don't see anything. It's like the three monkeys, hear no evil, see no evil, all that crap. That's what happens every time they turn around. They have been suppressing hundreds laptop from the beginning. They did. They've been hiding everything because there's information on that laptop that can convict Joe Biden. And he wasn't president then, so he is not covered by the immunity clause. So somebody needs to do something about this. All right, now we're going to get into Speaker Johnson talking about the debate the other night. And this thing will not stop. And that's what the Democrats want. They want this to stop. They want everybody to forget about what happened because they're trying to set up everything for this election. And we're not going to let it happen. Obviously, I'm getting loaded with stuff in my email. So Mike Johnson was right when he said the debate was a dangerous display and our enemies are watching. Now, I want you to listen to Mike Johnson himself talking about this in this video. So take a look at this.
Look, after the debate last night, I think everyone can see the objective fact that we have been discussing here for a long, long time, that President Biden is not up to the job. I mean, everyone sees that clearly. And it's nothing we take pleasure in pointing out because it's so dangerous, because we're concerned about our stature and standing on the world stage. Our adversaries see exactly the same thing that all of us see. And so this is serious business. I think the contrast between the two men last night was so stark. And I think everyone, if they look at this objectively, they have to come to the same conclusion. Donald Trump is the only man on that stage that's qualified and capable of serving as the next president. And then the election cannot get here soon enough.
Hi, Sean. Hi, Vic. Now you just saw that. And this is what the Democrats don't want you to see. And he's exactly right. I'm not too fond of Mike Johnson because he hasn't lived up to what he's promised when he took the gavel. So, but he was right in this case. And our enemies are watching. That's why we have all these wars all over the place. And they're threatening us because of Joe Biden's weakness and his dementia, knowingly that he cannot protect this country because of his physical or mentally not capable of doing it. And these Democrats, they're disgusting that they continue to push this demented old fool to continue to run for president. That's a prime example of the corruption within the Democrat Party. The hell with anybody's health concerns. They don't give a shit. As long as they can stay in power, that's what they care about. That's all they care about. They better not be looking in the mirror if they don't want to see no evil. Yeah, no kidding, because almost every one of them, I don't care, Republicans and Democrats, we got some evil shit going on there in D.C., and this is what we got to stop it. That's why we tell you to vote Republican, but they're not the total answer. But Trump is the way to get our country back on the track it needs to be, where we were before. Low gas prices, low taxes, high job rate, low unemployment rates. Everybody was working. Everybody was getting more in their paychecks because of Trump. I don't care. You can't deny it. You can deny it if you're an idiot liberal because they're stupid as hell and they believe anything that you tell them. I can't believe people are that ass stupid that would believe these people from MSNBC, CNN, The View, the bitch squad themselves. Oh my God. Okay, let me get back over here. Every once in a while he does something good, but he's still a swamp rhino. Yes, every once in a while, but he promised a lot of things that he would not do those stupid small spending bills to keep the government open, and he did it like what 3 times or something like that. I don't he's I don't want to say he's as bad as McCarthy, but he's damn close for a man being supposed to be a big old Christian and stuff. Billy Bob, yep, Johnson's a piece of shit. Yep. See, I mean, everybody's got their opinions, but the man's not living up to what he said. He said he's going to stand up to the Democrats, and I have yet to see any of these Republicans stand up to these Democrats. The Democrats are still walking all over everybody. And this is what we need, some guys with some balls in there to do stuff and take it over. And I don't know if I have that on here today. That might be in tomorrow's episode. I already did tomorrow because I have a doctor's appointment because I might have to have surgery on my back. Hopefully not, but I'll find out tomorrow. I might have to take a few days off because I don't think I'll be able to go up and downstairs after that if I do have to have surgery, but we'll see what happens here. But I did tomorrow's episode, but there's some Democrats speaking out and wanting Biden gone. So it might be in tomorrow's episode, but like I said, I've got so much to show you guys and so much more that is unreal that's going on out there that some of you, I mean, a lot of you will see it because they post it on X and not too much on Wimpkin that they do, but Facebook and all that crap. And I mean, there's just a lot going on with these Democrats. Hence the name of the show, because they're in total chaos right now. And I don't think they know what to do. Oh, yeah, we got John saying something's not right. Their names are all on the Epstein Island list, and something because it's totally spineless so-called Republicans. Thank you, Pat. Thank you. I know I have a blown disc in there, and this will be my second one. I've already had one surgery, and they put some rods and screws in there. Now I found out I had another blown disc in there. I'm not sure what they're going to do with it, but we'll find out, Pat. But thank you very much. Thanks, Tammy. But yes, these guys are all on Epstein's list, but nothing's being done about it. Why would you not want these pedophiles? Well, they're Democrats, so pretty much the party of pedophilia. They'll let these people walk up and down the streets naked, talking to little kids when their junk hanging out, which I just want to throat punch somebody. That's disgusting. And, you know, I dealt with pedophiles and stuff when I was still at the prison. And pretty much they are nasty individuals, and I can't stand them. And I think they all need hung by their balls till they're dead. Let the family stone them, you know, bring that back and stuff. Bring back corporal punishment against them, you know, the guillotine and stuff like that, because I cannot stand a pedophile, period. Thanks, Vix. Yeah, you don't feel too good, Sean. Thanks, Madeline. But I'll let you guys know tomorrow. See if I'm going to have to take off or not a few days. We'll see what happens. But I think everything will be good. I'm not that old yet. I'm ready. I'm still at it. So let's get on with this now. Now, according to the Gateway Pundit, the Democrat bigwigs discussed intervention to remove Joe Biden from the ticket against his will, and they wanted Obama to lead the effort. Now, all you hear is all these different Democrats talking about Biden needs to step down. Biden is a danger. They need to remove him. They need to invoke the 25th. Then you got Nancy Pelosi, drunken grandma, of course, who is helping Obama and Jill Biden to keep this idiot in as the installed president. And they are continuously, their campaign is worse yet, because they know that their power comes to an end once Trump gets back into office. Half these people are definitely afraid of being put into prison. That's why they are afraid of this stuff. That's what they have done this. That's why they are pushing so hard to keep Biden in. Now, I guess I got a video for Obama's ex-advisor saying that Biden needs to be out of the race. Now, that's pretty bad when a Democrat's advisor is telling him that. So let me find that one and take a look at this real quick.
Former Obama heavyweight advisor.
Okay.
He suggests Biden drop out the 24 race. Quote, if Biden continues to run, he will be the nominee of the Democratic Party. What he needs to decide is whether that is wise, whether it's in his best interest or the country's. You think Biden's going to drop out, Rachel?
Well, this is a really important statement, actually. If this is coming from David Axelrod, this is coming from the very top. He is the mouthpiece for Barack Obama and Valerie Jarrett, who we know are running the entire Democrat Party politics. So, yes, this is very important. This means that Barack Obama knows they're in trouble. These poll numbers, I know polls aren't perfect, but these latest poll numbers that show in the key swing states, all of them but one, show significant chance that I think it's like between 2 and 10 points that Donald Trump would beat Joe Biden. So this is making them very, very nervous.
Well, it should make him nervous, because I saw it was on yesterday's poll with 72% of people think Biden should be gone. They don't trust him. They said he's not mentally or physically capable of running the country, which they are right. Who the hell would look at this man and think that he is actually capable of doing or running this country? You can't, not with any ounce of brains, but we're talking about Democrats and liberals. So they don't have an ounce of brains. They are going to push this, at least they should. I mean, some of these Democrats are going to try to get Biden out of the race so they can stick who they want in. That's why the Democrat Party is in chaos right now. They don't know what to do with this, and I said that earlier. And we're just going to have to keep watching it, because for me, think they need to keep Biden in there, because Trump will walk all over him come November 5th election. As long as we do our jobs and we get out there and vote and make sure everybody else votes, because then we know that Trump will take care of business once he get in there. It will not be anything like this. You've had 3 surgeries, Pat? Wow, no, I hope. My first one was great. I had sciatica, and when I woke up, it was gone. So, yeah, it was great. Oh, the third show, your son did. Okay. Messed up jumping on a perfectly good airplane. Oh, well, that would do it. That is part of the problem with America. We have become too soft on crime. Crime should be fit to punishment. We can't even kill freaking murderers in these. You're right there, John, because of course, especially in the Democrat-run states, where they tell the criminals what they're not going to charge them for. What the hell would you tell a criminal? That's why you see all these people shoplifting. And I don't consider it shoplifting. That's pure, straight up robbery. That is not shopping when you're taking thousands and $1,000s worth of stuff and they put a price tag on it. Well, if you don't take above $999, we will not prosecute you for it. Oh, so the stores are just supposed to take this shit and just let you go? No. I would start tagging people. You knock a few of them off, they ain't going to do it again, are they? Send the peddlers to prison. They still deal with them justice. Oh, they do. And it's kind of disgusting. Well, when I was in there, you guys, I don't know if you want to hear this, but I want to tell you anyway. You see one of their victims walking down wherever, and a big old wad of toilet paper comes out of their pant leg, and they are not anal retentive anymore. We're not allowed to let them do that stuff. We have to protect these pedophiles in prison. So if it happens, it doesn't happen on our watches. It doesn't happen where we can see it. But I guarantee it happens because I've known a few of them but we were nowhere around when it did happen. So they sneak it somehow, but they do not like the fact of rapists, child molesters, or anything like that in prison. Period. Oh, darn. Well, that's great to hear, Pat. I hope I do the same thing. This will be my second one. I'm hoping that works. So I try to catch up on all the chats and stuff going on in here. So bear with me when I'm not talking or anything like that because I'm reading so I can get everybody's an answer to what they're chatting, let you guys know what they're saying. And I used to put my link up here for people to come in and join us. And some people say I shouldn't do that, but what the hell? I can monitor it right here and I can let people in and not go in because I'd like to get people on here and talk with me, even when Brendan's on here. We could have people on here to can join us. And I'm going to get Gary on here one day because we're going to get him on the other day when we did that live. What did we do live for? I think it was for Trump's. I know it was for Trump something. But we didn't talk, so I didn't want to do that. I wanted a chance when he gets a chance, so he can get engaged and involved and talk too. So we're definitely going to get him in here. And some of you guys in chat, I'd like to get you in here if you guys are willing to do that. Vic, I think you might do it. Rapists and child molesters get the broomstick. Yep, they get it in. All right, they get something up the rear. But okay, on to the next one. What do we got here now? Another real shame. Oh, yeah. They're taking bets on Biden. Odd makers still betting on Biden this as a candidate. Now, we're betting on a demented Parkinson's disease person to see if he's going to continue to pretend he's running the White House. That's pretty pathetic when you're taking bets on a mentally incompetent person to run this country. I cannot believe I found this. And the odd makers are actually taking bets on this shit. They will bet on anything. Call 1-800, I got a gambling problem. You're going to get a demented old fool, pedophile, it's kid sniffing, women touching, plagiarizing. Oh my God. And you're going to bet on that? You guys are demented yourselves. Dahmer. Oh, yeah. You're right, Vic. Dahmer's crime was murder. They used the broomstick as a form of transportation. It transports him into a depth of hell. Yeah, you're right there, Pat. I'm not sure. Apparently, it was something he didn't want to let out. Oh, Jeffrey Dahmer was a murderer. Now we got Senator Bob Casey, Democrat. Pathetic, way too long been in office. He has ties to a super PAC that Trump's campaign accused of election interference. Now, I can believe that because these Democrats are tied to any and all corruption, especially when it comes to election interference. And this stuff, that is what we got to stop. I don't know how, unless we win this election. That's why it is so important that we get everybody out to vote, everyone that we know, anybody on the street. So you get out to vote Republican. Bob Casey, he needs to go. He is a perfect example of why we need term limits in government. Nobody should be making a career out of this government work because This is what we end up with. Corruption on both sides, and all these people coming in with this job at 175,000 roughly a year job, coming out multimillionaires. Why we middle class people suffer to pay our bills and put food on the tables. These people are getting legal bribes called lobbying, and they're ended up being millionaires. Look at the pathetic AOC. She was a bar wench, and now I think they said she's worth like $2 million now. How the hell does that happen on a $175,000 a year job? That doesn't happen unless you're corrupt. And this lobbyist bullshit, that needs to stop. That is uncalled for. That is just a legal way of saying bribery, and that needs to stop. You better believe it. I don't like the odds on Biden. You're right, Madeline. I do not either, because I know they're pushing him into it, but unless they're trying to do that with Hillary Clinton, replacing her with Harris, or the opposite, replacing Harris with her, just so they can invoke the 25th on him and get him out and shove Clinton right in, because they know she can't beat Trump one-on-one. Just doesn't happen. It was already been proven. So that I'm betting, I would bet on that is the closest scenario that I've heard so far. There's so many scenarios out there, you don't know what to believe. That's the problem I'm having, because this election is coming up. Where are we at now? We're the beginning of July. So we got almost July 5th. So August, September, October, November, 4 months. 4 months. And that is no time at all. And I don't like to hear that, because that means winter's coming, and I hate the cold. It hurt my bones getting hurting, and I'm only 56. Man, that sucks. I'm not sure. Apparently, it was something he did. Yeah, we got that one. Okay, I heard it. Believe it or not, there are still folks who approve of Biden. If those people who should get intelligence tests. You're right, Lee, because there's no. What I said earlier, there's nobody in their right mind that can look at this man and see what he's done, unless it's the first time they've ever watched him and seeing what this man does. And you watch him one time and it's like, oh, okay, he had a few slip ups. No, these aren't a few slip ups. The man is gone. He's shot out. You can see it in his eyes. You can see the way he walks. You can see he's definitely got a lot of issues. What they are, they're hiding it. For what? Power and money. That's exactly what they're doing. They're trying to get their new world order in place so they can control every single one of us. And if you idiot liberals don't think that, yeah, check your paychecks, unless you're living off the government, and then you're loving it. So shut the hell up. Yes, Dahmer was a cannibal. He ate his victims that he killed. Now, as far as the pedophile part, I don't know anything about that, Vic. But I knew he did eat his victims, and they have a movie on it, but I can't watch that. I love that crap, but I seen too many of them, heard too many stories while I was still working at the prison of how these guys killed people. Not something you want to hear all the time. Cannibal, psychopath, narcissist. Hey, William, didn't see you there. Yes, you're right. And there's a lot of things you can watch on TV, but I'm so busy with this and doing my other stuff. And see, my shirts, I got a vinyl machine. So I'm making shirts on the down low. Okay. Now, anyways, not sure if he barbecued. Wait, not sure if he did barbecue. No barbecue, no approval. Yeah, that's hilariously. Yes, he's the cannibal that ate Biden's uncle. Yeah, that's good, Pat. I like that one. Come on, guys, everybody, you got to join in. Even Twitter people, join into the conversation. Leave some chats. Leave what your opinion is on all these topics that we're going over. And my Wimpkin Warriors are out there. They're awesome people. If you don't have a Wimpkin page, hook it up. WIMKIN. It's a great place. A lot of great information. A lot of great people in there. These people in here in chat, they come in here every night. They're awesome. They help us make this show a better show. And they get me worked up too with their comments and stuff. And I love that part because there's nothing like trying to stop the corruption in DC. And that's what we're here for, to get the truth out to you guys because of the corruption. And this corruption needs to stop. And that's why I ask you to share my videos and all that stuff. And I'm on Wimpkin under Country Conservative, just like under Twitter. And my Rumble page is Country Conservative or Chaz U. So if you go in there, it's my Rumble page, try to go under Country Conservative, but you'll see it says Chaz U underneath my name. They won't let me change it. They don't have a way to do that yet. So follow me on Rumble and share my videos. Let's get this out to people. Like I said, November's coming around the corner real quick, and we got to get this going. They took care of Dahmer because Dahmer's stomach growled too much. Well, he was probably licking his chops every time he saw them in the shower or something. Hillary should be in prison already. So much. No kidding. They want to try to get Trump on fake document charges. But look what the hell she did with the illegal server that she had in her house that was not a government server. And then she wipes out, 30,000 plus emails? And that's okay. And we keep tapes in our sock drawer. But that's okay. No problem there. Don't worry about it. It's okay that you keep your socks in there and you erased all those evidence. No problem. Smashed all of our phones, everything. That's okay, though. Dahmer preferred young illegal boys because they wouldn't tell. Oh, that's nasty, Vic said. I did not know that. Homeless illegals, too. When choosing victims, soft targets and homeless, it's how the whole mentality picks targets. Well, they're the easiest prey. Plus, who's going to miss them? If they are living on the streets, most of the time, the family don't know, or they don't have a family. So that's why they're living on the street. I had an inmate that lived in a trunk of a car in Pittsburgh. And he'd come to jail in the wintertime because it was too cold outside. So he'd commit a petty crime to break parole. He'd come back, do some time. In the summertime, they'd let him out, and he would do the same thing. He'd go live. And it's a shame, but he is a criminal. So, but he shouldn't be homeless, and nobody should be homeless. Our vets definitely shouldn't be homeless. And because of these idiot Democrats giving everything to illegal immigrants, we have people living on the streets, family, kids, children, vets. The vets should never be on the street. No American should be on the street. They should be in those high-rise hotels in New York before those illegal dumbass criminals should be. That's a bunch of bullshit. And I don't want to get started with that either. So we don't get pedos in our town anymore. The last one was found in the Badgers Lake, balls smothered in dog food. Oh, nice, Mark. I like that. I like to hear that kind of revenge. Pedophiles should not be on this planet, period. You don't like what I'm saying? Get off the show, because that is the fact. Pedophiles need to leave children alone. They should not be reading sexually orientated books to these children in schools. Those books should not be in there. And that is the books that we're trying to ban. Not anything that's educational, because, hell, these schools don't even talk about education anymore. Look at Oregon. They're not teaching reading, writing, or arithmetic because why? It's unfair to the black people. Are you kidding me? There's more smarter black people than there are white people in Oregon. So what the hell are you talking about, you idiots? When they have enough balls to sit there and say that, or that a black person doesn't know what a computer is, how can one black person even think about voting for a Democrat? They are the party of racism. You guys need to wake up. Anybody that's still thinking about voting for Democrat, wake the hell up. This is the truth here, people. I'm not lying to you. I'm not making stuff up. It's a fact. I am thankful for the homeless. They are our minor canary. If the folks with no way, good hygiene, no healthy food, no shelter, numbers increasing instead of wiped out, there's no health pandemic. I don't like the fact, especially in San Francisco, the drunken grandma's district. and you've got all these crackheads, and I don't even know what the hell that zombie drug is that they're taking. And you guys watch the videos on that. Did you ever see that where they shoot up or whatever the hell they're doing with this stuff, and they're just left motionless wherever they'll walk across the street and they'll stop dead in the middle of the street and they'll just they'll fall over, bent over, standing up. That is some wicked shit that they're taking. I don't know what the hell it is, but wow, if anybody knows what that stuff is, if anybody from California is in chat or in Twitter or anywhere, let me know what that drug is, because that is some nasty looking stuff. I studied all the real crazies. Heaven's Gate. Be sure to like to share all the sites. It helps pay Wimpkin's bills. That's why we want to get everybody into Wimpkin. Got to open the sites. You guys will love it. Trust me. You'll love it. I try to get more Twitter people in here to try to tell them about it. And I did get some tonight. I think I got about 16 in there. But out of 7,500, almost, or no, 7,600 people, I get 16. I get more people on Wimpkin. Now, come on, people. Wake up. You guys got to start tuning in. Like I get it again. Join Wimpkin, Wimkin. Check it out. You'll love it. Don't trust me. You'll love it. Small mining town, William. We look at each other. Holy twist of Rocky Mountain oysters. Wow, Pat. I love this shit because communities around. I love everything we're doing in chat. It's awesome, guys. And don't ban them. Just put them where only adults can access them. Definitely don't make them mandatory in elementary schools. Exactly, William. And this is what the crying ass Democrats are crying about. They're trying to ban books, but they don't tell them what books. And that's the problem. You need to tell them what books they're banning. It's not like it's a math book, a reading book, a social studies book. They don't even think they talk about social studies. See the illegal. They just got 15 minutes from murder in Honduras that came over in 2022. Is that the one that raped that kid or girl, whatever it was, in Florida? BLC. That's Brant. I know him. But you guys had to see that another rape victim from another illegal happened in Florida today. I wasn't mentioning that tomorrow either, but it did happen. And let me know if that's right, Brant. And this is the stuff that needs to stop. It happens every day. You turn on the news. That's why a lot of people have done away with the news, because of this reason. They've done away with it because we're seeing crime constantly. My wife and son, they don't watch the news. My son streams everything, and he's a psychiatrist or psychologist. Well, I don't know. I know he's got a psych degree, but he doesn't watch that stuff either. He does Dungeons and Dragons and all that crap, and my wife doesn't watch it either. She does not watch the news, and she definitely doesn't. We don't talk about what I do here because she doesn't want to hear it. But I just read a story about Chuck Schumer today, and I believe it was still 6.4 million had to pay back 138,000 for what, John? What are they having to pay for? Yes, Pat. The Democrat Party are the party of the KKK, Jim Crow, all that crap. Please do not vote for the Democrat Party. Please, anyone out there you're watching, this is the stuff that you're getting. You're getting the party of violence, the party of pedophilia, the party of everything wrong with this country. And I'm not lying. I'm not making it up, because I was a Democrat, people. I was for 36 years. I know. I got screwed over by Democrats. I know what they're like. Please do not vote for them. And I'm not telling you vote for Trump. Vote for somebody else other than a Democrat, just to get them out of office. Please do that. The crazy shit watching them, yeah. William, Manson was intriguing because of how long he lived in solitary confinement. The average person probably wouldn't have lasted that long. Well, Madeline, solitary confinement is not what you think it is, and not what people make it out to be. They can still see out their windows. They can still see out. They still get out and exercise. They get out to shower. yes, they're by themselves, but they talk to the guy next door or the guy on the other side of them. They get out to eat. They're doing more stuff out now, but they transferred everybody to a different prison for the lifers and the death row inmates, or not the lifers, just the death row inmates. But they still got out of their cells. People make it sound like they're in there 24/7. No, they get out. They can talk to neighbors and stuff like that. So it's not like it's a dungeon. So people just want to make it sound worse by saying beside solitary confinement. Charles Manson, that man was crazy anyway, so it didn't matter one way or the other with him. Billy Bob said it too, Wimpkin.com. Just go to Wimpkin.com, Winkin.com. Sign up today, please, guys. And I don't even have anything to do with it except that that's where I stream, and I love these people that come in the chat. They're awesome people. You guys can come in there too, listen up for what they're doing. But right. Trump is not a politician, and that's what the Democrats hate about him. He's not a politician, and that he's gotten their corruption exposed, and that's what they hate about it. But these idiot liberals can't see it, and I don't understand it because it has been exposed. Now you can see, and even we've kind of thought it before about the fake news media. But if you're not there to watch something actually happen, you have to take them for your word. But now you can see it because you got people all over the place because we've got this, we've got the live streams, and we got people all over the United States. And I know I have some guys from Canada, Alaska. I've got guys in here from all over the place that can see different things. Now they can't hide shit. Now they can't hide the truth. And what do these news media people do? If they say something, and it's wrong, what do they say? Oh, my bad. They're not made to correct it. They're not made to do anything. They're not made to apologize or anything. When they blame somebody for a crime that they did not commit, they're not made for anything. And the person has to sue them for defamation or whatever like that. And you know what kind of money that takes? Oh, hell, a lot of money. And that's why all this shit with Trump would not be going on if these idiots had to spend their own money to indict him on stuff and then get paid back if they win. If that would happen, this shit would not go on. Believe that. Just like that woman that sued McDonald's years ago with the hot coffee. You got hot coffee in a car. You expect your coffee to be hot, right? But she spills it on herself because it's hot, because she said the cup was flimsy. What the hell are you doing holding your cup of coffee when that should have never went through? That was petty. That was bullshit. Should have never happened. But this is the stuff that we have going on in this country. Road straight red. Even if you don't really like the candidate, we need a real change. If you guys want to see more money back in your paychecks, lower taxes, I want to be able to fill my truck up with diesel and not spend $250 to fill it up. I want to spend $100 like it was when I was back when Trump was in office. I can't even go on trips anymore or that many because I can't afford to fill it up. I'm on a disability retirement, people, and it costs a ton. When food costs more than what your truck takes, that's a shame. The drug is Trank. It's literally based off a horse tranquilizer, and they mix it with worse. Oh shit! No kidding. Well, hell, there's a drug called Wet. I don't know if you guys ever heard that. It's embalming fluid and fingernail polish remover. If you inmates were telling me this stuff, that is something that they shoot up or whatever they do with it, and it's called Wet. And who in their right mind would sit there and say, well, let's take embalming fluid and fingernail polish, mix them together, and we'll snort it or we'll shoot it up? Who the hell just sits there and thinks about stuff like that? That's crazy. All right, thanks, Lee. My ear itches because of this earpiece. Definitely not voting for John Cornyn. That guy's responsible for the Bipartisan Safer Community Act. Yeah, there ain't nothing safe about any communities in this country right now because we're all a border state now because of Joe Biden and the Democrat Party. If I can get my hands on a ballot, I will vote for Trump. Why can't you get a ballot, Mark? It's intriguing me now. They're either in one communist takeover and knowing it, and they're useful idiots. Do I have anything that's really that important here? Oh, I do want to show you this video real quick about the illegals from Venezuela. And I want you to take a look at this real quick, and then we'll get back to the chat.
Welcome back. An illegal migrant accused of shooting 2 NYPD officers in Queens, New York. Cheryl Casoni with now the shocking update. Cheryl.
So much of this story is disturbing, Maria. So the Venezuelan migrant accused of shooting 2 NYPD officers in Queens early Monday morning had just had his immigration case dismissed, less than a year after he entered the United States illegally through Eagle Pass, Texas. 19-year-old Bernardo Castro Mata had been living in a migrant shelter near LaGuardia Airport, driving his illegal scooter, and was a person of interest in several robberies of women, likely on the scooter, according to police. Well, the New York Post just exposing the fact that the Biden administration has quietly dismissed nearly 350,000 asylum cases and deportation orders. Those officers, luckily, are both expected, Maria, to be okay.
But what they didn't, I don't know if you guys heard that or not, but that's the one that said that it's common practice to shoot at the cops there in Venezuela. So this is what the people go. They sit there and they think that they can do everything that they did in their countries. And it's just okay. Nothing's going to happen to them. But when they get caught on it, they cry like little bitches. Well, this is why we need to get them out of our country. This is so far out of control. It's unreal. And it's because of the Democrats. Wake up, you idiot liberals, and see the truth. You're either communist takeover, you know it? Okay. Thanks to Obama, he helped change the media accountability laws. Exactly right. We'll write your name in, Sean Corn. Will not get our vote. I'm not voting. Jen Fugly, Kingan, she supports trans testicles. Oh, God, no way. Hey, maggot, here you are. They're either in the communist takeover, you know. Okay, I read yours already. I didn't even realize it was you. Welcome. I like the dude who sued Pepsi. Tell me about that one. I don't remember that one, William. It burned her ho. That should have never happened, Pat. I saw the meme today. It was Biden saying when Trump was in office, our car only held $36 worth of gas, and now it holds 90. Oh my God, are you that's hilarious. And you know what? I can believe that of Biden, though. He would actually believe that. Not knowing that he actually, and he probably doesn't even know that he did all this. They're probably telling him the totally opposite because he comes on there and he actually believes what he's saying when he's saying, oh, inflation is down, the deficit he's paid off over $1 trillion and everything's fine. People are great. No, nothing's up. I think the man is just being told this stuff because he is so far shot out that he doesn't know what's true and what's not true. We know the groceries today, no meat, just with 2 of us, it was $175. Right, Tammy. That shit is ridiculous. Groceries have went up in most cases 300%. And I didn't get the thing on that. Oh, let me check this one real quick. No, he was on the run from ICE and went. Oh yeah, I did see that one. Grant, I did see that one. We had him in our little town here. We had an illegal that was in a van. He was running from the cops here, and that's why we don't need him in here. And this is what some of what Brendan's trying to do with his new show, because of the Republican commissioners we have are accepting illegals into our quiet little county because they're getting money from the government to keep them. Now, we don't need this trouble We had a quiet, low crime rate area, and now we got all these illegal criminals coming in here. That's got to stop. We am not Alaska. Nobody is sending us illegals because they stay at the airport because it's too cold. Well, no kidding. I would too, William. I don't do Alaska. I don't do cold. Some of my neighbors' boys are living up there right now, and I couldn't do that crap. He showed a picture a couple years ago where he was sitting in a hot tub in the middle of Alaska. His beard was all covered in ice, and they're sitting in a hot tub. Are you crazy? Bring common sense back to politics. I don't know if that's even, is that even a word for politics, Sean? Common sense? I don't even know if that's even true. Decipher that for me, Sean. If I see someone shooting at police, I'm going to through my hat and the ring and help the cop. I've got a couple clipped on me, couple mags that stay with me all the time. I will empty them on somebody that's shooting at police. I don't care. Oh yeah, we got so many terrorists in here, Maddie, and the Muslim. I told you guys a while back about a Muslim in our prison told me and looked me square in the face and said, "I'd kill you in a heartbeat if we were on the street." Straight up jihadist Muslim, and he didn't frown, didn't giggle, didn't do nothing. Straight up looked at me and said he would kill me just because I'm a white man. Not because I was mean to him or anything like that. And he was a murderer anyway, so he wasn't getting out. But I mean, I took him for his word because he did not even frown a bit on that one. So true story. I'm motor oil and gasoline at my babysitter's house at 18 months old. It saved me from falling 2 stories from a balcony. Then I had my stomach pumped 2 weeks later for nail polish remover. I was a handful and didn't have another babysitter until older. Wow. No kidding. Oh, that's crazy. When news was news, no opinion pieces, no entertainment propaganda. Exactly. News was actually investigative journalism. They don't do that anymore. They just throw a story out there, say what the hell they want, and they get away with it, even though it's a lie or if it's just made up. They don't care. They just do what they want anymore. That's what needs to stop. Nobody does investigate. You used to be, you investigated it, then you put the story on TV. Not anymore. Hey, just throw this out there and we'll deal with the consequences later. Stomach pump month, apparently a babysitter firing. Yeah, I would say that's pretty bad there, Vic. Sounds like oxymoron, John. Yeah, that is definitely moronic. Trump should deputize 1 million patriots to remove these illegal, and I will do it for free. They would deputize me, and I'm disabled, and I would go out there and I would drive the bus and load them into the bus and ship them to hell back to Mexico where they came from. Follow your way home. Follow the yellow brick road. Don't come back. And you do it legally. Follow the legal migrating process, the immigrant process. Come back and do it when you can be vetted. This idiot, and I know I have it here. So let me throw this out to you real quick. I know you guys probably want to go, but I'm going to give you this Alejandro Mayorkas. Since we're on that part, listen to the lies that come out of his mouth. You won't believe it. Take a look at this real quick.
Hi, Secretary. Thank you for being out here today. Obviously, the media, the nation has had their eyes on the brutal crimes committed recently by illegal immigrants. One of them was actually wearing an ICE ankle monitor, yet this morning you said in an interview that the safety of the American people is the priority and that these individuals are vetted. But we know in our conversations with the ICE director, we've heard the FBI director say that there are significant gaps in intel. So what would you say to reassure the American people that they are in fact safe? And what would you say to the families who are mourning their loved ones because of these migrant crimes being committed?
Well, let me start where you ended. A message to the families is, of course, our hearts are with them. given their suffering. The safety and security of the American public is indeed our highest priority. We screen and vet individuals when we encounter them. If we learn of derogatory information subsequently, later in the process, then we take enforcement action accordingly. The individual who's responsible for a heinous criminal act is the criminal, and we need to bring the full force of the law to bear on that criminal, just as I did for 12 years as a federal prosecutor. We encountered dangerous people then, and we prosecuted them accordingly, and that will indeed continue.
He is so full of shit, it's unbelievable. None of that stuff is true. If he cared about the foremost protection and the safety of us, that border would not be open. I can't even stand that son of a bitch. All he does is lie. And he thinks and people are going to believe him. And because they let him believe him. It's the bald-headed commie prick needs custom fit. Yes, Billy Bob, because he has committed treason and Mayorkas for prison. Exactly, Sean, because the man has everything is on his and Biden's hands. The blood on all these people, the little people that are getting raped and assaulted and murdered by these illegal criminals. Everything is on the Biden, Mayorkas, and the Democrats' hands, period, no matter what. That's why I can't stand that son of a bitch, and that's why we need to change November. We need to change. We have to get control of this country back. Crime's out of control. Everything's out. The inflation's out of control. We got to get him. I call him my dork ass. That's good. That's good, John. I like that. He is a dork, and he is an ass. So we have to change. So, guys, please, got to get something done. And it's got to happen in November, no matter what. So we've got to get the truth out to people no matter what happens. So let me get back up here to where I need to be. Because, okay, guys, I'm going to let you go. I know you guys probably got to get off of here. Some of you guys got to work. So it's all the time we have for tonight. So I hope you enjoyed the show. Don't forget to give me check out my Rumble channel at The Country Conservative. Hit that follow button. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up, too. That helps the channel grow somehow. I don't understand their algorithm, but it does. Don't forget to share my videos, even these live feeds. If you share them out there, it gets people out to whoever's following you, and that helps me get my truth out. And that's what we need people to hear come November, because it's right around the corner, and we got to do what we can do to wake these people up to vote for Trump come November. Now, with that being said, I'm going to leave you with this. As the sun dips below the horizon, we bid it an adieu to another riveting episode of The Conservative Viewpoint. Tonight, we explored the corridors of conservatism, dissected policy, and championed timeless values. But before we part ways, remember this. In a world of noise, let your convictions be the valet. Whisper the echoes throughout history. So until tomorrow night, guys, stay informed, stay engaged, and may liberty guide your path. This is Charlie, the Country Conservative, signing off, saying good night, everyone. See you tomorrow.